Hello, I want to talk today about banks and their communications. And I think that banking is seen by most people as relatively functional and probably boring. And I think banks in Saudi Arabia need to wake up pretty quickly to the fact that they need to have stronger individual brand presence if they want to survive. So the customers are the most important part of a bank, although banks tend to operate very institutionally, almost on a governmental way of thinking here. And they push products and services. So Amazon, interestingly enough, who are a platform, have been buying up companies like Whole Foods and logistics companies. Amazon are looking at going into the financial services market, I believe. They have their own credit card with JP Morgan Chase and a long association with them. And the reason they're looking at going into banking, or at least providing the front-end face for banking, is because of their data management. They're masters, like Google, at data management and personalizing that data to attract and draw customers culturally to their site so they buy more. They don't try to sell them something, they attract them. So banks in Saudi Arabia can get ahead by personalizing their data, retargeting their customers thoughtfully in a cultural way, and shift from their old ways of pushing products and services, being a provider essentially, to creating a culture, to creating people want to be connected to the bank because it's hip or it's cultural, it has a connection to their lives. And if people look at Netflix and Apple, and I've spoken about this before, you could connect to that. So at the same time, you've got fintech companies starting up with all sorts of technologies and thinking. I saw a guy the other day in the UK who's a billionaire, and he's barely 30, and he's involved in this. There's some very clever people. Bitcoin and the blockchain technology behind Bitcoin is moving into the mainstream. So we may see soon Amazon Financial Services at the front end, platform-based face of banks and other services in a big way. And unless banks in Saudi Arabia can start to wake up at a fundamental level to what their customers want, and most of them, by the way, here are under 25, and the future of this country, as is well documented in the press, and I worked for years on the metro here, we targeted not the people today, but it's the children of tomorrow that are the customers for the banks. And they need to start to relate to that, whether it's savings programs or campaigns to attract them, not to the products, but to the culture of a bank. Thank you.